team credit. Obviously, anybody watch the game, they had some guys hit some really hard shots, especially Carson Warren. Kid hit some really tough guarded shots. I like Darius Roy as a point guard. And their kids came in excited, ready to play. I guess I'll give them a lot of credit. On our hand, it's just it's a learning process. Obviously, we got one guy that embodies himself when he's putting his uniform on and he's tying his shoes. We got one guy that's thinking leadership, toughness, intensity, and defense. That's Justin Jennifer. I got too many guys when they're tying their shoes are thinking about how many points they're going to score tonight. And they're good kids, and that's just part of it. But if we only had 23 deflections. We let a team come in here and shoot 44.6%. And right now, like I've tried to tell everybody in every media since the summer, we lost a two-time Defensive Player of the Year. We lost Jacob Evans, who got drafted because of his versatility, his intelligence, his ability to guard 5 positions. We lost 2 guys that could guard 5 positions, and a 5th-year senior that was 23 years old, who was our most vocal guy in Kyle Washington. So defensively is, for the 9 millionth time, my concern. We shot 50%. We're in, obviously we struggled shooting free throws, especially our big guys. But a lot of defensive breakdowns. They had 24 points in the paint, and that's without scoring on a post-up. Meaning we're just getting guys beat off the dribble, getting lost, giving up layups. Not a lot of talk, not a lot of communication, not a lot of defensive intensity. But young teams, it's hard. They're inconsistent. Right now we're inconsistent. But we did what we had to do to get the win. I like giving other teams credit. I don't like coming in here and just crying about my team. My team's young, and this is what it is. We got too many guys that are inconsistent with their voice. They're inconsistent with where their mind is at. And our defensive performance was really bad tonight. Really bad. But we did a lot of good things. But we didn't come out ready to play. Jaron Cumberland's got to, I got to do a better job coaching him. That's just the bottom line. Got to do better. He's got to come out with a much more focused mindset at the start of games, if he's going to be our best player and our leader.
Does it almost seem like he waits till the second half to crank it up offensively anyway?
He's got a bad habit of picking spots where to play instead of. He's never going to be a dominant player doing that. And our team can't take on that personality. If you're going to be a real team, you got to play hard for 40 minutes. If you're going to be able to beat high major teams that are good, solid teams, you got to be able to, because you got to be able to play for 40 minutes.
Do they take their personality from him because he's a...
No. I've said this before. I got Trey Scott and Nasir Brooks. Their mindset's got to be defense and rebounding.
And they both got 10 rebounds tonight, so.
We also gave up 45% and 12 layups. They're standing there watching a guy lay it in. It might be time to take a foul. So we got to just keep pounding nails and working at it. We're not going to win if we give up over. If we're when the sample size is big enough. Like even right now, if you take our 3 games, I bet we're giving up over 40% from the field. We had a dominant defensive performance the other night. We won easily. We're up 29 and won easily. Until these guys realize that that is the answer. You got to be a great defensive team. It doesn't matter if you're Cincinnati or Kentucky. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you're Golden State. Doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. You don't play defense. You're an average team at best. You're only going to win when you make shots. So I just got to keep working at it. Got to get through to them.
Is it the intensity and the focus? Or
it's inexperience.
Okay.
Inexperience equals inconsistent in sports. Now, there's exceptions. Jacob Evans was an exception. Gary Clark was an exception. But even their freshman years, they played more than the normal freshmen.
Right.
Because they were very smart. But usually, and especially in college basketball, because even like, you know, it's not true because Gary is an 18, you know, nowadays every rookie in the NBA is 18 or 19. So, you know, Gary's not. That's why he's not inexperienced.
Right.
Usually inexperience does equal inconsistent effort. It's not effort as much as consistent effort. Finish. There's like 3 times where we just don't finish the play. We play great defense and they lose the ball and we don't get it. So it's, you know, I've had to build this program a long time ago. You know, until we were old enough where we could play hard enough, then we turned the corner. When Yancey and them guys got to where, you know, we had 5 seniors. Most of them came off. I think Rashad's the only one that started. We brought 4 seniors off the bench. We started all 3- and 4-year, 5-year guys. It's hard to play hard. Most young teams just don't play hard enough, which means you will have to have exponential talent to overcome it. Your talent would have to supersede your lack of toughness and defense and all the things that you got to grind out, you know, as the season goes. Well, we did a lot of good things tonight because they hit some tough shots.
The percentages for them shooting came down the second half. Was that intensity or them missing some?
Well, I think you know, they hit some hard. We stopped giving up layups
because
they did hit some.
You felt better about the second half?
Yeah. We still gave up a few, just where you lack of communication. Guy just drives in, shoots a layup. You know, we don't match up in transitions and stuff. You know, I'm never going to be. Team shoots a layup, no coach is going to be happy. Not just me, no coach. But yeah, it was much better. Obviously, they shot 38%.
You like what you've seen from Logan Johnson so far?
His effort and his attitude is great. His effort and his attitude. He's young, so young guys make mistakes because they just haven't been out there. So you know.
He has to play a lot this year for next year, right?
I'm worried about the one thing: Monday night, Western Michigan. Next year. Next year. I'm hoping to be the coach next year. I say that laughing, but I really look. That's how I look at everything. Let's worry about this team right here, right here.
Well, I guess he had 6 assists in 21 minutes.
And what I told Mamadou in there, you know, he's a redshirt freshman. Like, hey, buddy, your mindset's got to be, I'm going to make this guy play me. How do you do that? Be the best defender in the gym.
Is that what Logan's done?
His defense. He's not the best defender in the gym. His energy,
hard to not play
his energy's tremendous. He's usually a high deflection guy. He had a lot of breakdowns tonight, and I think some of it was he thought he was shoveling a guy, funneling a guy left, and nobody was there. He had a couple of tough shots got hit on him. Let's be honest. It's the one layup where the guy, I think he thought a guy was going to be there when he was sending the Darius Roy left, but. You know, he's just a great athlete, so you can trust him.
Can you turn a guy into an alpha male? I mean,
I don't know what that means.
Well, you want more out of comfort.
You're from Cincinnati.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, come on, man. Let's talk like we're from Cincinnati. What's that mean?
How do you get?
I'm from the West Side. You mean a tough guy?
How do you get Jaron Cumberland to get?
What's alpha male mean? You gotta help me now. I'm not
a big man on campus. Take no prisoners. The dudes that you've seen.
You mean Sean Kilpatrick?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you can do. I think you can do so much as a coach to modify a guy's behavior, but at the end of the day, I don't know if you can make a guy want to carve people's hearts out. But I will share this with you. If you don't carve hearts out every day in practice, if you don't dominate every day in practice, if you pick your spots in practice, guess what you're going to do in the game? You're going to pick your spots in the game. But it's a process. Let's be fair to him. It's his 3rd game without Gary, Kyle, and Jacob. It's his 3rd game. But no, you can only coach a guy. Again, when a guy wakes up every day and a guy goes to sleep every night, what's he do in between, and what's his thought process? You know, I can tell you this. You know, I'm lucky. I had the greatest parents in the world. And my dad will tell you, he didn't say, son, you're going to work really hard and become the head coach at Cincinnati. I woke up every day after I realized I was a short midget with a bad knee and my playing career was over. From that point on, when Jim Leon gave me a job at Woodward, I woke up every day and said, I'm going to be the head coach at Cincinnati someday. And everything else in my life was secondary. Everything. So my dad didn't motivate me to, you know, a good friend of mine said this one time, each man's passion is his own.
You went to
And that's just the fact, and he's right about that. So, but you got to be fair. You got to be fair. Now it's his third game without those guys, so you know, being able to sustain it, it's you know, becoming that guy. Hey, let's be honest. Now we all sit around and talk about Sean Kilpatrick. He wasn't the guy we're talking about until his 5th year. Jaron's in his 3rd year, so you got to be fair. But again, until he wakes up every day thinking that way, that I'm going to be the best player, I'm going to be a first-team All-American. I wake up every day, I know what I want from him. It's irrelevant. I know what I wake up every day thinking.
You went to Kane on the first possession. Was it important to you to try to get him going offensively a little bit more tonight?
Yeah, and I was trying to get him going to his left. I knew they were going to chase him around there. He's going to be able to curl in there. I made Jaron the passer because he's a great passer and he understands. But you know, the way Kane practiced yesterday is another reason. I knew he was ready to play tonight. Of all the guys, I knew he was ready to play tonight. I knew some other guys thought they played great and it was going to be easy. It's just life coaching a young team, man. And when you're not just exponentially better than teams like we were last year, it's a lot harder as a coach. We led the nation in scoring margin last year. Do you guys know that? That'll spoil you. That'll spoil you. But there was a reason. You get veteran team now. Guys that didn't make mistakes. They knew how to snuff a team out. But it's a process. But yeah, I did. It's happy. You know, I'm happy for him. Happy for him. I just hope that he realizes that if he works like that and he has that mindset, then he'll keep playing like that. Because I know it'll make us better. But again, I can't make him wake up that I can only yell and scream so much. And it doesn't work. All it does is make me look balder and older. All right, guys, thanks.